Brought to you by
GoDaddy.com. Man up and get your $4.95.com by entering code MMA Nuts.
Defense Soap. Offense wins matches. Defense keeps you on the mat.
So, Comprido, can you tell us a little bit? Seems like you have a major victory here with the steroid testing now entering major jiu-jitsu competitions. What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, I'm really happy. You know, I'm proud of the work I carry together with Felipe Costa, Caio Terra, Letícia Ribeiro. You know, we hold this flag, and you know, we believe if you win under steroids, you are cheating. And it was about time for the United Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation, International Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation, take measures on the hands and allow the drug test. And I compliment them for doing that. This will cause some impact. You know, obviously we don't going to cut everybody who used drugs in the first test or so, but I think this will change a little bit the mentality of people, and you know, they don't gonna have that excuse that that's nobody says it's not a law, so that is a law.
Yeah, and a lot of people are saying that they're not doing enough, but would you agree that that's the case, or are you just happy to kind of see them do something other than nothing?
Look, guys, we have to have a start, okay? IBJJF is moving in the right direction, and you know, honestly, I always have conversations with the heads of the IBJJF, and I tell them what I think could make the sport better, and very often they consider my ideas and they make changes, you know. So they released the pre-schedule for big tournaments for Pan Am, so makes easier for people who have to travel, know more or less when they're gonna fight. So this is another victory we had, and I think IBJJF is moving on the right direction. We cannot put much heat on them now. That's not perfect. What cut people is random tests. And let's not forget, even on the Olympics, people still cheating the system and using steroids. So it's almost impossible to have a steroid-free environment if you don't work since the base, you know, for the beginners, and make them believe they understand. That's not okay. That's not cool. The advantage this gives to you is cheating, you know. So I think IBJJF is on the right path, and I take my hats off for them.
Another big topic this week has been all of the commotion surrounding Lloyd Irvin and his questionable ethics and things that have happened in the last month or two with him and his students. What's your opinion on that?
And I'm discussing with this whole thing, you know. I met Lloyd in Brazil. He was a brown belt and training there, going there back and forth, and I always have a very nice impression over him. I actually taught a seminar on his academy some time ago. I spent some time on his house and stuff, and I've been catch by surprise, you know. Come on, rape? Seriously? That's one of the most cowards actions a human being can have. You know, these kids are total cowards. I hope they perish in jail. And after that, we learn Lloyd has a rapist past, what is disgusting as well. And then everything started when he started defending what he did in the past, and he started to kind of blaming other people and telling he's innocent. We have to remember, not guilt and innocent are two different stuff. And then more stuff surfaced, and then, you know, really looks like Lloyd is not a good person at all, and everything he did is to gain power and control over people. So, you know, I'm kind of happy to see some people stood up and be more vocal what they believe will be good for the jiu-jitsu and will be good for them, you know. So I think this is another step the jiu-jitsu community been doing, you know, because if you go back on the 2-3 years ago, nobody speak about nothing. Everything is always perfect, you know. You see some of these good fighters who came from his camp coming out and telling the stories what they presence, and very disturbing. So I think in some point the police will have to get involved on that.
Well, a lot of things have come out regarding his school and how he practices his business. And, you know, as a student of yours, I've never felt pressured to, you know, take private classes or constantly up my membership to a higher level. And some of the things I've read about him. I mean, can you talk a little bit about, you know, what you do here in Chicago? Why is it such a laid-back attitude? And it generally seems like the students are kind of follow your lead in that respect versus what I've read about, you know, Lloyd Irvin and his schools.
Like, some people wanted to impose themselves as masters and gurus, and they know more than everybody else, you know, and on the end of the day, he had a system. You know, Lloyd come up with a system to make more money, and that's honorable, you know, like, I think that's good. The guy is smart. He used his knowledge from the house market on the martial arts community, but try force people to respect you and to follow you, and having them to follow you blindly. That's not what I believe. That's not what I do here. You know, I, like everybody else, I love actually to make money, but I think this will be related with my work. You know, with being here and teaching you guys and show the technique and get you guys ready to compete. I don't want to get a bunch of guys from other gyms, give them a little bit of money, and having them going and competing and claim I'm a master and a super good guy and I know more than everybody else. I just think most of the Brazilians are when they come here, they want to keep doing it the way we did in Brazil, and that's not the most profitable way, but that's the right way to teach jiu-jitsu, you know.
And lastly, before we go, Frank Mir recently was in the news, obviously, making some snide comments regarding Brock Lesnar and his not so manly chest. Any comments on that at all? It seems like he's kind of grasping for airtime here.
Well, so what we can say about that? I think, I don't know, maybe Mir wants to get some massage from Brock again, you know. Last time I seen him facing Brock, he's not looking at his chest, you know. He was trying to hold himself up because he could not even walk after the last fight, you know. So whatever, you know, like it is a joke. Like, I never walk in a fight and looking for the chest of my opponent or his hands or his mouth or his eyes, you know. I guess if it's no eye contact, it's not gay, but maybe Frank will want to try to get Brock back and get him to respond to him and possibly beat him again. Will be interesting seeing Brock fighting MMA again. I think him and Ronda on the same card will be destroying. If you add to that Vanderlei Silva and Chael Sonnen, I think this will be the biggest pay-per-view ever. Just feel he's trying to get some airtime and talking about the other guy's chest. Come on. That's not cool where I come from.
Fair enough. Thanks for your time. We'll talk to you again soon.
Okay, take care, guys.